Hello, this is the long promised henna video. So here I am in my kitchen. First I'm going to show you all of the things that I use. I use the pure henna, which is probably backwards for you, but a package that was ordered online, and also the black sesame seeds, which are ordered online. I have a bowl, a ceramic bowl, one that I don't use all the time for eating, although it would be perfectly fine, and a mug. I have a trash bag and a little clip to hold it together. You'll see how I do. My rubber gloves or my waterproof gloves. I have a strainer, and I have my my nut grinder or seed grinder or coffee bean grinder. I don't drink coffee, which I have already used to grind up the sesame seeds so that they'll be nice, and I put them all in here. This is far more. This is enough for about 4 applications probably, but I don't like cleaning out the nut grinder or the seed grinder, so I do a lot at one time and keep it in the freezer. I have a little wooden spoon. I have today lemon and lavender essential oil, which I may put a couple of drops in. And behind me I have my hot water, my boiling kettle. So the first thing I'm going to do is to check the time, and I'm going to probably put 2 or 3, I'm going to put maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons. I'll put 2 into my cup. Okay, simple enough. This is Cooking with Frances, by the way. It's all the cooking that Frances does. Then I'm going to just pour some boiling water about this. I'm going to put about half, a little less than half of the mug to put it in. Now I'm going to have to go over, excuse me, and get my boiling water. I'm going to stir my brew because what I will end up doing is straining out the rest of the seeds that did not, we just want to get the oil and all the goodies that are in there. It'll also enhance, it'll kind of give more depth of color. Henna is not a color. You don't order it by color. If you order it by color, you're getting something that is not natural because it's only ground up leaves, okay? Let's get that straight. It does not color your hair. It does not penetrate the cuticle of your hair. And if you've been coloring your hair all along, it will probably fall out very, very quickly. And it may take a number of applications, every, maybe two in a week for the first 2 or 3 weeks, just to get your hair to where it will hold the henna at all, because the cuticle, when you color your hair, it opens up the cuticle and to allow the synthetic color to go in, and then it will also, your hair never really closes, the cuticle never fully closes up. So what this does, it's really, really good for your hair. So it's a great conditioner. And now if I do this earlier in the day, which normally I would, now this is only filled up to about half of this mug because I'm going to strain it, and I'm going to put about 2 drops of lavender in here. Why lavender? Because it's good for hair and it smells good. Henna doesn't have a really wonderful smell or a wonderful aroma. And I'm going to put a couple of drops of lemon too, just to add more acidity. My water is extremely alkaline here at Fuller Life Bali, so I sometimes need to put a little bit, sometimes even a little bit of vinegar and water on my hair because it's just so alkaline over a period of time. So it's really interesting. Our bodies are healthiest when they're alkaline inside, and our hair and skin is healthiest when it's a little more acidic on the outside. So we have the contradiction here. So sometimes we need a little extra acidity on our skin or on our hair to make it more manageable. Now, if I had done this earlier in the day, I would let it sit and then I would add a little more boiling water because I'm going to need the right consistency. And the hotter the water is when you put it on your actual hair, we don't want to scald your scalp, but the hotter that it is, the better it is, the henna will penetrate. So now I am not doing mine for a long period, but I'm going to take my strainer, put it in my bowl, and pour it in, okay? And I'm going to allow that to just strain out for a little bit, okay? Now, interestingly, I did not put my henna in there first. Usually I do put the henna in there before I put the water. I'm not used to making videos of doing my henna. So this is not fully strained, but I'm just going to take it out like this. Sometimes I even put more boiling water through the strainer afterwards, but in the interest of time, and time is marching on, I'm going to take my henna out. I have already put it in a plastic bag inside. It comes with a plastic bag, but I have already done that. And I'm going to take my spoon. My spoon is now wet, so I'm going to wipe it off with this happens to be a paper towel that was right here. I don't normally use paper, but I'm going to use, now I used about 2 of these heaping spoons. I'm going to use a little bit more of the henna, maybe about 4 of them. Now I have short hair. If you have very long hair, you're going to require a bit more of the henna, okay? And more of the other, more of everything, because you have more hair, okay? So, as I put in those 4 spoonfuls, and start stirring my little brew. It's very, very thick and pasty. So I'm going to add more hot water to make it into a pudding-like consistency, okay? I have to get my hot water. Kettle. I'm just gonna pour it directly into the bowl. Now, if you get too much water, what are we going to do? If it gets too watery, add a little bit more henna. Now, as I said, those of you with long hair, nice long thick hair, are going to require quite a bit more, and it is more difficult than it is when your hair is as short as mine, but I've done it myself when my hair was shoulder length, and it isn't that terribly, terribly difficult. Okay, I'm stirring away. If you have a whisk, you may choose to do that, although I don't usually do that, mainly because I don't want to wash something else. Laziness, okay? Ooh, this is looking pretty gooey. I may have to add a little bit more henna, but as it cools down, it's going to become a little bit thicker. So we want it to be more like pudding, and this is pretty thick, right? Would you agree? Isn't that ugly? Ugh, really looks ugly. Now, one thing I didn't do yet that I probably could or should have done, and you may choose to do it. I'm so used to doing my henna for so many years, is to put my gloves on. Now, these are disposables, which I reuse over and over again until they wear out. And I wash them out and let them dry. Okay. And I'm acutely aware of the fact that this video is running a long time. So I'm thinking maybe I might, while I'm letting the henna set for just a moment, I will stop it and then start another one, okay? So, see you in a few minutes while I let this set for just a little bit, but I still do want it hot when I get ready to use it.